So you guys want to see a great recipe that will help your blood pressure, get you super healthy, give you a good amount of protein, all micronutrients, everything perfect. Well, today my wife is out with her friends and she's going to let me cook by myself. So we'll see if I survive. This is more to prove to my wife that I can do it myself. So let me show you the recipe. This is what we're going to do. So I'm going to come out here first and I'm going to turn on the lights. It's just, nope, wrong light. There we go. And I'm going to use the barbecue. And the reason why I'm going to use the barbecue is because you don't really want to do this recipe in your house because it kind of smells. So I'm going to take my cast iron skillet here, which is super heavy. And one of the things I've learned is when you see a cast iron skillet here, you have a tendency in your brain to want to touch the handle. So I'm going to move the handle way over to the other side. Don't ask me how I know that. And let's turn this baby on. We're going to get it warmed up and I'll show you what this recipe is. Turn on the gas. There we go. The benefit of doing this outside is really so that it doesn't smell up your kitchen. You'll figure it out in just a second here. All right, let's close this up. Now, what we did was we have, number one, I'm gonna boil some water. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm gonna boil some water. Baby on. Put them, green beans. I'm gonna get about a handful of green beans. That's about a half a cup right there. That'll be perfect. So here's what we've got. Salmon. And these we got a huge salmon, right? And what we do is we cut it up into little tiny serving sizes of about 5 or 6 ounces. And we put them in the freezer, and when it's time to have a meal, we just pull these out. So I'm going to have 2 of them. I'm going to show you how I'm going to prepare them. See, this way it doesn't require a lot of preparation. It's just when you come home and you have to cut the salmon up into pieces, that's the only real preparation that you have to do. And then when it's time to make a meal like tonight, you just have to pull it out of the freezer in the morning and it's ready and thawed by the afternoon. If I can get this saran wrap open. Okay, I'm just going to wash my hands. Now what you do is you take a little bit of butter and you're going to put it in a little dish right here and put this in the microwave to melt it. And what will happen is you're going to put the melted butter on your salmon. And then what I've done today, I prepared some spices. And what I personally put into it is it's got some onion, garlic, it's got paprika, it's got basil, and it's got thyme. And the butter itself, the melted butter will help this stick, and I'll show you how we're going to cook it. So right now, the oven or the barbecue is heating up. The water is starting to boil, so we're going to prepare the fish. And I'm going to wash the vegetables before I throw them in. Okay, put that right there. Put the cover over it. And we'll do like 15 seconds just to see how that works out. See, I'm mainly doing this for my wife to show her that I can do this, but the truth is that she kind of prepares a lot of this for me. So you always need a sous chef. All right, let's see how it looks. Not enough. Let's do another 10 seconds. Oh, you know what I need to? I'm gonna get a drink. Now if you If you like, you know what? It's starting to bubble. If you like to have a little something that's tasty, but you want something that's healthy that'll help you with your blood pressure, a lot of times you just need water, but sometimes you want something that tastes good. So I'm gonna make myself a little mix. This is what I'm gonna use. I'll show you how I do it. It's called liquid nitric oxide, and it's a lemon lime by Nature's Pure Blend. There'll be a link down below in the description for various things that I'm using today. But I'm gonna mix this. I have a little special thing up here where my water bottles are for my cycling. I'm gonna grab this, and this has a little shaker in it. I'll show you. How this works is it's got one of these, a little agitator, so when you shake it, it mixes up the stuff. So what I'm gonna do is just open this up, and I'm just gonna use one little scoop and put it in here, tap it in there, and then I'll tell you what I like to do. I like to put a little ice in it to keep it nice and cool. Put some water in, and then just close it up. And through experience, what I've learned is always make sure that it's closed thoroughly, and the little cap, again, through experience, make sure it's nice and snug, and hold it, and then shake it. Shaken, not stored. But yeah, get that stuff in there. And this is a nice little, you know what it tastes like? It almost tastes like a Sprite. That's what this tastes like. It's really good, and it's got a lot of flavor. And the great thing about it is it helps improve the amount of nitric oxide that your body can produce, which will open up the blood vessels and help your blood pressure, because it's got L-arginine and L-citrulline in there. It's really good stuff. I like it. So I'm gonna place this down on the table for myself. And it looks like it's starting to bubble. Okay, so check this out. I'm just gonna take a little spoon here, get the butter, and just cover the salmon with the melted butter. And the purpose of this is to help all the spices, the nice spices we're gonna put on here, to stick to the salmon. Now before I put the spices on, I'm just gonna throw my vegetables into the water. Here we go. And we're just gonna let them boil for a couple minutes. Okay, so I'm just gonna take the spices and just pour the spices on the salmon here. And then I'm going to, with just my hand, and don't worry, I'll wash my hands, I'm just gonna pat the spices into the fish. Right here, just like so. Good. All right, now we're gonna go throw it on the barbecue. I have a special olive oil, and one of my patients actually has his own olive oil company. I use his olive oil. This, I have to say, is the best tasting olive oil. I'll put a link down below in the description. Awesome stuff, and it's local. So the more local you can get it, the better. So I'm just gonna drizzle some olive oil on my green beans for taste. Oh boy, I love that sound. Look how gorgeous that is. Is that just awesome? So I'm just waiting for the salmon to be ready. So we're gonna have green beans, salmon, and then my drink, which is the Nature's Pure Blend nitric oxide liquid. And again, sometimes you want something that just tastes good. And again, to me, it tastes like Sprite. So the L-arginine in this will be converted directly into nitric oxide, which dilates our blood vessels. The L-citrulline will eventually be converted into L-arginine and thus nitric oxide. So this right here, this is the drink that helps the blood pressure. The fish gives you the protein, the omega-3 fatty acids, which makes the arteries more pliable. And then you've got, your different magnesium, micronutrients, vitamins in the green beans, and a good mix of fat, protein, and carbohydrate. So this is not a low carb meal. It's not a high carb meal. It's a carbohydrate adequate meal. I rode my bike for about 2 hours earlier today. So I don't need a tremendous amount of carbohydrates, but I do need some. Also protein with the fish. It's about a 5-ish ounce piece of fish. Actually, I'm going to have both of them. So 10 ounces of salmon with a lot of omega-3 fatty acids. So to me, this is a pretty darn good meal. If you'd like to see links to all the things that I'm using, I'll put as many links as I can of the products that I'm using. The nitric oxide liquid drink, the olive oil, the various things that I use. Maybe I'll put the products that I use for the cracked pepper, the fresh pepper, and everything like that. And I hope this was beneficial. If you have any questions, ask in the comment section down below. And bon appetit. Man, I love blackened salmon.